Wing Commander Matiman, who is joining us, is a former spokesperson of the Ministry of Defense. Wing Commander Matiman, Tom Cooper, a noted voice, an aviation expert as well as a military historian in that sense, Air Force expert as well. His words really carry a lot of weight, and he has very comprehensively explained, I don't know if you saw that entire interview, how we have really attacked in Sargodha and the manner of the attack. Particularly, of course, he says that several of their military assets, Air Force assets, that have very clearly been targeted, the entry, the exit, all of that being very clearly targeted by India's attack on those air bases.
Madhav, what a pity. What a pity. We need a Westerner, with all due respect to Mr. Tom Cooper, we need a Westerner to prompt us, to remind us, and to make us realize when we are in combat, in a position of strength, wherein we actually on ground are dictating terms to the enemy, denying him any chance to strike back, which is visible to the entire world, even at that point of time, after every phase of a retaliation that comes from us as a reaction, we sit down there only justifying our actions. As I had been stating over and over again in the earlier debates and earlier panel discussions, we needed to up the ante. We started off, okay, granted, we started off at the premise of uprooting terror. No, that was the specific words used by the Prime Minister, followed by the Raksha Mantri, and thereafter even by the Home Minister. And we were up to that. Okay, having said that, it's okay if we started off with absolutely pinpointed, precise strikes on targeting only and only terror infrastructure. But somewhere down the line, after the first or the second day, at the end of the second day, definitely after the first reaction came in from the Porky side, we had realized the strength that we possessed as far as the offensive and defensive, both the capabilities of the two nations were concerned. So at least thereafter, what I was expecting in the media brief that would have come in every day thereafter, I was expecting, okay, now they having addressed only terror organizations, and the reaction comes from the armed forces of the terrorist state of Pakistan. We'll up the ante. We take it as war. We take it as war on mainland India. But here we again hesitated, although, and thereafter in the intervening night between 9th and 10th of May, after the Indian Air Force finally struck longitudinally across the entire length of Pakistan, starting from north, Chaklala in the north, right up to Jacobabad in the southwest, everything was amply clear.
Absolutely.
We can
and
be clear.
That's exactly what Tom has said. I don't know if you heard the interview, but that's exactly what he said. He said that the Pak air defense was completely caught crippled. India managed to send home a very clear message, and it is clear air dominance on part of India that has been demonstrated. If anything, he is just exposing the fakery and the lies that are being put out by Pakistan to try and save face and project it for their local consumption as some kind of victory of Pakistan. In any case, we'll have to leave it there. Wing Commander Abhishek Matiman, I'd like to thank you so much for joining us on this edition of the Blueprint Explosive Exclusive.